From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Sunday, January 24th, 2016. Silver is trading at $14.03 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,198 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $400. Antiwar.com reports, adding to growing international condemnation of the Turkish military crackdown against ethnic Kurdish areas in the southeast, a new video has been released showing Turkish troops firing on a Kurdish funeral procession and killing multiple civilians, including several waving white flags. Turkish officials, as usual, referred to all the slain as PKK terrorists, saying they killed 21 terrorists in Cizre and 4 others elsewhere in southeast Turkey. They further claimed 524 terrorists were slain in the operation since early December. Back then, Turkey declared an all-day non-stop curfew in some Kurdish towns and has been shooting pretty much anybody caught in the street at any time. The huge civilian death toll has added to unrest, particularly among Kurds, and led to calls for further crackdown on both the Kurds and Turkish academics who have criticized the attacks. While the video evidence of shooting obvious civilians is making the rounds in the international media, so far it does not appear to be reported in the Turkish media at all, since the Erdogan government has shut down media outlets as terrorists for publishing information unfavorable to the ongoing military operation. This is unsurprising. For nearly 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. Reuters reports a blizzard that has paralyzed much of the U.S. East Coast intensified on Saturday, bringing Washington, D.C. to a standstill and forcing the closure of roads, bridges, and tunnels into New York until Sunday morning. In all, there were at least 19 deaths in several states related to the storm. It ranked number 3 in the terms of snowfall accumulation in New York City history, with at least 25.1 inches, and the National Weather Service said it was among Washington, D.C.'s biggest as well. 13 people were killed in weather-related car crashes in Arkansas, North Carolina, Kentucky, Ohio, Tennessee, and Virginia. 1 person died in Maryland and 3 in New York City while shoveling snow. After dumping nearly 2 feet of snow on the Washington, D.C. area on Friday night into Saturday morning, the storm unexpectedly gathered strength as it spun northward and headed into the New York City metropolitan area, home to about 20 million people. With the storm persisting through the night, accumulation of between 24 and 28 inches of snow were expected in New York City, northern New Jersey, and western Long Island, with winds gusting up to 45 miles per hour. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo declared a state of emergency, as 10 other state governors have done. He also announced a ban on all travel on New York City area roads and on Long Island, except for emergency vehicles, as of 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. All bridges and tunnels into the city from New Jersey were closed and would be until at least early Sunday morning. About 5,100 flights were canceled on Saturday and another 2,800 on Sunday. United Airlines said on Saturday that it would not operate at Washington area airports on Saturday and Sunday and would gradually resume service on Monday. You can support FPP Radio by joining the Fans program. Fans are friends, allies, and numerous supporters. Fans help FPP afford to produce more original content. You can join the Fans program for as little as $3 per month through Patreon and get perks like ad-free versions of FPP Radio News and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio. To learn more or to join the Fans program, visit fans.fppradio.com. UPI reports after the Office of Personnel Management was hacked last year, the White House has announced a new agency will conduct background checks for federal employees with the help of the Pentagon. The National Background Investigations Bureau will conduct the roughly 600,000 annual background checks for new or renewed security clearances, according to the Washington Post. The agency will be headed by a presidential appointee and will take over for the OPM's Investigative Services branch. The Defense Department will take over storing sensitive information on federal employees. There's no official timeline for the shift, but some changes are expected to happen before the end of the year. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.